Welcome back to Forever Hardcore. This is episode 17. In the last episode, we went to the Nether and looted a bastion. And there we found a netherite upgrade smithing template, and we were able to upgrade our first piece of armor to netherite. We chose the boots, and they're looking quite fancy. In between episodes, I returned to the Nether, and I started an ancient debris mining area. We're going to go there now and mine some ancient debris that I uncovered so that we can upgrade our leggings and our helmet to netherite as well. Let's see, which way is it? Okay, I need to make sure I'm wearing gold. I am, and we'll go ahead and put a totem of undying in our offhand, just in case we have trouble with any of the locals here. Looks like this piglin is not too bothered by me, and that's a good sign. Over here is the ladder down. Oh, it looks like I left some blocks behind, some netherrack. We can use that later, actually. For duplicating our netherite upgrade smithing template again, we're going to need that block and some diamonds. But down here somewhere, there it is our ancient debris mining area. And last time I was here, a gas spawned, so I'm a little bit worried about more gas. Okay, I remember now. This was all lava, and so was that, and I think this wall here behind it is all lava as well, which is why we went this way to start our mining area. But before we go there, let's go ahead and mine off the first piece of ancient debris that we uncovered down here. We've got one right here. So we'll go ahead and mine that out. And there are several more waiting for us right down this hallway. Let's get the bow ready in case there are any gas down here. Looks like we just have a few of the locals. Some zombified piglin types, and no gas down here. All right, let's start over here. We have another piece of ancient debris to mine. There we go. So that brings us up to 2. Up here in the ceiling, we have another piece. And it looks like it was just 1, so that brings us up to 3. There are some more ancient debris down here to mine. I just can't remember where it all is. Okay, here's one over here, and actually 2. Let's go ahead and mine this one first. All right, so just 1 there it looks like. We'll mine around here in just a moment, because sometimes where you find one piece of ancient debris, there are actually others. So let's uncover. Yeah, see there? Underneath, I would have missed this one. There was another piece of ancient debris waiting. All right, so I think that's probably the only 2 here. Let's cover the floor back up. We have a total of 5 pieces of ancient debris, and what we need to upgrade our leggings and our helmet is 8 pieces. So let's see if we can find just a few more down here. There we go. We've uncovered some more ancient debris after only just a few more minutes of mining. In actuality, it took my entire pickaxe durability almost to uncover all the ancient debris we're going to need to upgrade our helmet and leggings to netherite. Let's go ahead and pick up these 3 here, and that brings us up to 8. And we also have a couple of bonus ancient debris over here to mine. A vein of 2. So that's 10 total. I think that's all we're going to do for ancient debris mining in this episode. Let's get out of here. Let's take these 10 ancient debris and chuck them into the furnace here. We'll come back for the scrap and upgrade our armor to netherite later in the episode, but first we have much to get to. In this episode of Forever Hardcore, we're going to be tracking down some mobs that we're going to need their drops for future farms. Those mobs include dogs, frogs, armadillos, and bees. Now, I've had a bee nest in this chest here for quite some time. Well, one of these chests anyway. Where's my bee nest? There it is. And it says that it has 3 bees inside. So we can use this bee nest here to start a little bee farm in order to get honey and honeycomb blocks here at our villager trading hall. The other mobs we're going to be using in different ways. So for the dogs, I want them to help me in a trial chamber when we do it ominously. And so I want to breed up a bunch of dogs, but I don't want the dogs to go in and get damaged. I want them to have some armor. So we're going to go find some armadillo, and we're going to breed them up and get a bunch of scoot so that we can craft dog armor. And the last mob that we need are frogs. I have plans to make a froglight farm in the nether. In fact, at that bastion we were at in the last episode, there was a magma cube spawner, which we might be able to use to turn into a frog light farm. We won't have time to make all of the farms that we need in this episode. The frog light farm is going to take some time, and I'm hoping that we might at least get to the trial chamber in this episode. So let's go ahead and do the frogs first, just to get them out of the way. And I know a little biome where we might be able to find some. A few episodes back, when I was looking for mangrove wood, I found a mangrove swamp, and we can use the nether roof here to get to the portal that I made that goes out that way. So we're just gonna hop through the nether roof here. Let's see, the torches I think go to the stronghold, and I want to go this way. There should be a portal over here. Let's see if we can find it quickly. A little farther away than I remembered, but here's the portal here on the nether roof at 500, 500. And it takes us to a desert biome. Oh, interesting. And is it nighttime? Can we sleep? It looks like we can. All right, we'll go over to the mangrove swamp in just a moment. The last time I was there to collect mangrove wood and propagules, I didn't see any frogs, but we're going to go over there and see if we can find any this time. I'm also on the lookout for armadillo so that we can collect some scoot. All right, so the mangrove swamp is just over here. I'm just checking quickly to see if there are any armadillo. There may be some in the Shattered Savanna biome area over here, so we'll look for some. I need at least 2 so that we can breed them up and collect a bunch of scoot. And frogs we should be able to find somewhere in this mess. Let's have a look inside. I may collect some of this mud while I'm here, but I think we're all set on mangrove wood for now. See, I thought I just heard a frog. Let's check some of these open areas. Oh, here we go. We've got our very first frog here, but we actually need 2 to breed them, so let's see if we can find another. I'm going to put some slime balls, as we all know frogs love, in my offhand, so that this little guy should follow me around while we look for a second frog. And here we have a second frog. I put the first one in a hole so that we could go a little bit farther away and find another frog. If we go just through here, we can get these 2 frogs together and start breeding them up. My plan is just to collect a bunch of the tadpoles, and then we'll have choices on where we want to breed frogs in the future. Right this way, Mr. Frog. Hippity hop. And now that we have 2 frogs together in this little room that I've just made, we can begin to breed them up. So there's the first 2 right there, and they should lay some eggs in the water over here. There they are. And once those hatch into tadpoles, we'll be able to pick them up with a water bucket. Now, while we're waiting for the tadpoles, we can do a little bit of crafting. So I brought some iron with me in one of these shulker boxes. I'm also going to need to craft another shulker box. so that I have a place to put all these buckets of tadpole. Yeah, you guys move out of the way. I need to place this box. All right, so inside here is some iron. I'm going to take out what I need. That should be enough for all the buckets. Actually, let's see how many buckets 21 crafts. Okay, 7 buckets, plus we have 1 in our inventory. We're going to need a few more than that, but we also need to craft a shulker box. So let's take a chest out of here. And I think in this shulker box we have some shulker shells. I'll just put it up there for now. Yeah, there we go. We can pull 2 of these out and craft another shulker box. And it's about time that we did. We need to start using these more now that we have them. It's just the 2 shulker boxes I have crafted at the moment with stuff that we brought back with us from the end. Ooh, netherite scrap. We'll be able to use that later. Looks like we have some tadpoles to collect now. Let's see if we can grab some of these guys. Hey, we did it. We got a bucket of tadpole. I think these 16 bucket of tadpole here will be enough for what I have planned. So let's go ahead and collect this shulker box. And let's go look for some armadillos so we can get Scoot for crafting wolf armor. And these 2 OG frogs, thank you for your service. You can actually be free. Looks like it is nighttime, and I see mobs around as well. So let's go ahead and sleep. Outside the mangrove swamp, we have this desert and savanna area. We can look here and see if we can find any armadillo to breed up. We need there to be 2 of them. Let's have a look around. Ooh, cactus. We already have cactus back at the base, but oh, there's a frog here. Where were you earlier, sir? Look at it's got a pink flower up on top now. I've been collecting these back at the base, but oh, I think I just destroyed it. Yeah, it looks like it hit the cactus and got destroyed. No thanks to you. All right, armadillos. Let's look around for some. They should be fairly easy to spot, but I don't see any in this area. Let's check somewhere else. So I looked around and I found 1 armadillo, but we need 2 if we're going to breed them up to get a lot of Scoot. This piece of Scoot got dropped by this armadillo already. We'll pick that one up now. I think what we're going to do is make an enclosure for this little guy, and we'll go find another and bring him back here. But before we go, let's set up a little pen for our armadillo friend. I think what we'll do is we'll make it out of wooden fences and a fence gate. So let's make a bunch of these. Maybe 24 is enough, and let's make some gates as well. See, gates is always tricky. How do you do it again? Looks like we can make at least 1 gate. Yeah, there we go, fence gate. And let's go ahead and set this up, and we'll get the armadillo put safely inside. This looks like a good spot right here. And it doesn't need to be very large. 3 blocks would be enough. Let's see if we got enough fences for this. Oh, can you come in here? And we only need 3 in this direction as well. So let's bring this over. And did you just hop over that fence? I hope not, because that's not a thing I want them to be able to do. Here, let's open this up and we'll put that gate there. So are you going to stay in here if I leave here? Let's find out. We'll leave the enclosure. And oh, right, they don't like when you sprint around. I'll try not to do that. Pick up our crafting table and let's go see if we can find ourselves Another armadillo. While searching for armadillo, ooh, abandoned mineshaft. I came across this desert temple. Let's check it out. Hey, a skeleton. No creepers though, right? As long as there's no creepers here, we're good. Let's get that skeleton out of here, and we're actually going to place just a couple of torches in to try to keep the mobs from spawning up here while we check the place for loot. Okay, that should be good enough. Let's go ahead and dig straight down, and we'll see what we can find in the chests here. I'm going to place a torch here, and we'll go ahead and break that pressure plate. We'll probably pick up the TNT as well, but first let's see what's in the chest. Respiration 2 on a book. That's okay. My inventory is pretty full. We might have to leave some of this stuff behind, but I'll try to take that book with me. We've got some string and some sand. What else have we got here? We've got, ooh, an armor trim. I don't have that one yet. That's the Dune armor trim. We've got 2 of them. I'll take the gunpowder as well. And we'll take these spider eyes because we need them for armadillo breeding. All right, chest number 3 has some more gunpowder for us and a bunch of iron horse armor. And in chest number 4, a saddle. Well, I couldn't find a second armadillo, so I eventually gave up and put the armadillo that we found earlier into a boat, which I'm now attempting to bring back to our portal, so at least we can collect some scoot from this armadillo, but until we get 2, we won't be able to set up a really good farm for these guys. But we're almost back to the portal now, and so we'll get this guy back to our base, and then we'll start on the next mob we need to find. So I got the armadillo back to our spawn base, and I think I'm just going to put him here under the villager breeder for now. And he should be fine in here, and we can even come by once in a while and collect a little bit of scoot. But we still eventually need to find a second armadillo. Ooh, we just got another piece of scoot. That brings us up to 5. Is 5 enough to craft a wolf armor? Let's find out. I actually think you need more than 5. I think you need 6, if I'm not mistaken, but we'll get enough soon. I didn't mention turtles at the beginning of the episode, but it might be a good time to get a couple turtle eggs ready. We can breed up these turtles right here for starters, and it looks like there's another pair of turtles over there we can breed. And we can collect up their eggs with Silk Touch until we're ready to make a farm for the scoot. The scoot is tradable with the cleric villager, so that's one of the reasons I want it. I also want to craft one of those turtle scoot helmets, the turtle helmets. Those are pretty cool. And most of all, we'll be able to use the turtle eggs eventually for a gold farm up on the nether roof. Does that turtle need help? I need them to lay eggs somewhere, and I don't know where the other ones have run off to. But I know they need to come up on land to bury their eggs up here in the sand. Let's see if we can breed these ones over here and get a couple pairs going at the same time. I missed it, but it looks like this turtle here has just laid 3 eggs, so that's a good start. Let's go ahead and silk touch these up, and we'll take them with us. When we start a farm, this will be more than enough to start breeding up some more turtles. I finally have enough armadillo scoot for my very first wolf armor. And before we move on to bees, why don't we go ahead and see if we can find a couple of wolves to tame. And it should be pretty easy to do. My plan is just to take a walk in the woods. There are many different types of wolves in the game these days, and so almost any biome will do. Let's cut through the jungle edge here and see if we can find a wolf in this biome. After much searching, I've finally found a wolf in the wild, and it's a white one in a taiga biome. Let's see if we can tame this guy. He seems a bit upset at the moment. Oh, did I tame him? Maybe not. Let's check the other side. There he is. Can we get some hearts? Yes, we can. And now he's wearing a red collar, which means we've tamed one dog. Now let's see if we can find another. You come with me. And I noticed there's quite a few fox around here as well, but we won't be coming after them today. Perhaps another time we'll be back for the foxes. Any more dogs around? What's this guy over here? Nothing. Well, the search continues. I did grab some red berries. We didn't have these before, but now we do. Ooh, I've just spotted a couple more wolves ahead. Let's see how many of these we can tame. I'll take back as many as we can. Ooh, that's a first bone. Oh, 2 right in a row. And let's see how many more we can get. How about you? Okay, not right away. But eventually we got him. And I saw one more dog over here. There we go. Another one boner. Oh, I guess I shouldn't say that. Another single bone tame. And let's see. I think, is that everybody? I think that's all the dogs here. Wow, we got more than I expected. I think maybe we lost one wolf on the way back, but that's okay. We did get 4 dogs back to our spawn base, and I want to leave them somewhere safe. Maybe down inside here? Go on and sit down, boy. Yeah, we got 4 dogs back, and I think I'm just going to leave them right here in the enchanting room until we need them. I wish I knew which one was the first one I tamed, but I think we're just going to pick one to put the wolf armor on. How about you? There you go. So I'll be able to tell that one apart from the others, but it's not as special anymore since I don't know which was the first. But that's fine. This one will be the new special guy with the horse armor. Dog armor. So we bred the frogs, tamed some dogs, captured an armadillo, and even stole a few turtle eggs. And now it's time for the bees. So I've made a room here that's going to be a temporary farm for the bees. Ooh, carrots. I'm trying to, I planted down a bunch of carrots and I'm trying to spread them out here. I've just got a few left to go. Oh, it looks like I've just finished. And we've got all the carrots in now. That's just something to do while we're working on our bee farm here. Now this is going to be a manual farm until we can later turn it into an automatic one. But as you can see here, we have a row of 16 on each side with campfires on the inside and trapdoors on the outside. These are temporary placeholders for where the beehives are eventually going to go, and we'll light the campfires as we need them. I also have a row of poppies that we stole from the iron farm planted down on each side. And so let's get started with the farm. I have 2 bee nests to get us started. This one says it has 3 bees inside, and this one says it has 2. Let's go ahead and place these in now and see if we can get the bees to come out. So I have some poppies in my inventory, and as soon as we get some bees to show themselves, we can start breeding them up. So there's 1 bee just came out of that nest over there. I need 2 bees to come out. There we go, and now we can start breeding them up. And let's go ahead and light the campfire beneath the bee nest. We'll do that on both sides. And I see that at least one of them has produced some honey, which is great because we have some shears. And so we can grab some honeycomb from here without making the bees angry. And if we come over here to our crafting table, we can go ahead and make our very first beehive. Once we have this set up, we can take this beehive over to either side here. Let's just do this side. We'll remove one of the placeholder blocks and we'll replace it with a beehive. We'll eventually do that all the way down the line. And as the bees grow in population, they'll eventually spread to these beehives and we can collect these bee nests again at the end, because I want this to be all just the beehives. And we're eventually going to use a lot of the beehives that are going to be full of bees for our automatic farm, but this is going to get us quite a bit of honeycomb, and it's going to start to get us some honey blocks as well, because we can come in here with honey bottles and craft those as well. All right, well, now that we have a start to our bee farm established here, it looks like it might be nighttime. Let's go ahead and check that, because the bees, they haven't been coming out of their hives there. I know, okay, it's still daytime on the surface. Let's go ahead and go up there. And what I want to do now is grab the netherite scrap that we left in the furnace and upgrade the rest of our armor. I'm almost out of time for this episode, but we can at least upgrade our helmet and legging to netherite. Let's pull the netherite scrap out of the furnace from the beginning of the episode, and we're going to go ahead and craft them into ingots. Let's see, how many can we make? I know it's 4 gold, and I think we can only make 2, but we have 3 scrap left over. So we'll make the 2 ingots that we need, and we also need to duplicate our netherite upgrade smithing template. So let's throw that in with some netherrack and some diamonds, and we need to make at least 2 of these, but I think maybe we should just make as many as we can. All right, how many are we up to now? 6 total? Yeah, I think we should just go ahead and use... Here, we'll just make that many for now. 7. And then we'll save 1, and we'll use 2 right now. And then we'll have 4 left over. All right, let's put this crafting table away. And we have a smithing table inside our villager trading hall that we can use to upgrade our armor. I don't have the armor trims that I want at the moment for the leggings, at least, because I want to put the rib armor trim, and we haven't found one yet from a nether fortress. There it is, a smithing table. Let's remove our helmet and our leggings. I think our leggings are only missing Swift Sneak, but our helmet looks pretty solid. In fact, I may use the Tide armor trim that we got from the Ocean Monument for that one, but I don't have one with me. Let's put this in, and we'll put in the upgrade template, and we'll put in our netherite ingots, and we can upgrade our helmet and leggings to netherite. Let's go ahead and put those on. Ooh, laggy. And how do we look? We're 3/4 netherite. If we craft a chest plate and upgrade that to netherite as well, I think we'll get an advancement. But that's all I have time for in this episode. Thanks for watching Forever Hardcore, and I'll see you in the next episode.